Hi, welcome to my channel. Oh, it's cooler today. We're at a high of 87. Isn't that nice? We're under 90 degrees. Yes, it's nice. Hold on. So, with a few degrees lower, I am able to move around a little bit. Not much more, but just a little bit. But let's keep it real. The temperature's only dropped a couple of degrees. Okay? So, I'm trying to work on this, these projects that I got going on. And like I said, sometimes when you have to do these projects, you make one area messy trying to complete a project, okay? An area that you took a long time trying to clean up now is messy. And this is what really bothered me, right? Because it takes me, housework is like kryptonite to me, right? Housework is like kryptonite to me. I'm gonna tell you, I used to set my place up before I had children, right? And it was like, don't you make that house dirty. Put everything back where it belongs as soon as you finish, and clean up after yourself, right? Because I ain't cleaning up after you. Right? Otherwise, vacate and don't come back until you understand the rules and comply. Right? That's how I felt. I'm for real. So, it did kind of wear off on my daughter a little bit. My first daughter, yeah. She got the brunt of it. But at the same time, she was like also teaching me a lesson. And the lesson that she was teaching me was that you have to give the children, enough room to grow. You have to give the children, enough room to get dirty, and then just clean them up afterwards. Okay? So that was a really hard lesson for me. Right? But once I learned that, that discipline to restrain myself, right? It got easier and easier and easier the more I practice it. Okay? Yeah. Because, when I first moved out on my own, I was a chrome and glass type of girl, right? Chrome and glass. No fingerprints, please. Don't put your fingers on that glass. And if you do, make sure your hands are clean. Yeah. I was a mess. I gotta be honest. Not really, but according to other people, I was a mess. Because now I would love to get back into that because, it's just me in the house, right? And since it's just me in the house, why can't I be clean? Why can't I, live in that world that I wanted to live in before I had a boyfriend or kids or felt, or had people imposing, telling me, you can't be, you can't be this. You can't be this way. You can't be that way because it interferes with how they want to be. You too much. So I would love that, right? Not to the point where, I see some people, right? I do. I see some people, they kind of the same way, right? Kids are grown and all of that. And so now, everything's white in the house. Everything's white in the house, right? Sometimes these people clean twice a day, 3 times a day. After every meal, they're cleaning, and it's just like, wow, I mean, I'm not talking about just cleaning the dishes. I'm talking about these people who are doing a full floor, what do they got over here? A full floor. I can't see what the darn cells are. But, yeah. So anyway, like I said, I know it's harvest season, and most of us are out here, trying our best, to hunker down before we really had to hunker down, because of the weather being cold and rainy and wet, and and mobility is limited. Okay. So yeah, they still have soda. Let me go get me one. Let me go get me another one. Because they still got their soda on sale for 99 cents. And they're the only ones that I know that have diet root beer. Hold on. Okay. Their slushy machine was working, and it was 99 cents for any size slushy or soda. I got me one. I guess I'm feeling, who cares about the calories? And then it was saying also that you can get a Celsius for $1. So this one here is Dragon Fruit Lime. Got that for $1. Now, I decided that I was going to throw away those old mats shower mats that I had in the bathroom, because they have seen better days. They have seen better days. And I had seen some mats for $5 at Dollar Tree, and I bought one to see how it works. And I like those because you can basically wipe them off, wash them off, whereas those other mats you couldn't. So I'm gonna go and see if I can pick me up a couple of those mats, if they have it at this Dollar Tree up here, while I'm waiting to pick up, my Home Depot order. It might be ready, but I'm slowly making my way over there. Okay? I have not done a pickup from Home Depot, so I'm not really sure. They have the curbside pickup, And then they also have the in-store pickup. I chose the in-store pickup because, you know, I don't want to be caught just sitting there in the car waiting for them to bring my stuff out. Even though Home Depot has been pretty good, wow, it's been a minute since I done drank so much sugar. So yeah. And since I got the beans cooked already at the house, because I had them baking overnight, I'm thinking on the way back home, or at some point, you know, stopping in and you know, getting some cauliflower rice, you know, because that will help, you know, make the rice nutritional, right? It will help make the rice nutritional to have, you know, broccoli mixed in it. Yeah. So that's the plan. Then I'm trying something else, right? Instead of the epoxy, I'm gonna try polyurethane to see if that will be better. If that's the look that I'm really looking for. Now, epoxy is pretty good because, number one, you know, the epoxy will make it definitely antibacterial. Will make any surface antibacterial, which is right. Ooh, I guess the gasoline went up now that school done started. So yeah, tastes pretty good. It's real foamy. It's not like the slushies. This is kind of foamy. Okay, the same mat that costed $5 last month at Dollar Tree is now $7. It went up $2, right? And, you know, I was telling myself, you know, why don't I buy myself some calendars? Because we're already going into September, right? And I think I will feel so much better being optimistic about next year. Because this year, it seems pretty messed up, doesn't it? And then I also bought me some pretzels for $1.25. Mountain Dew for $1.25. So, yeah, you know, a lot of people will say that, I heard this one lady talk about that, we trying to be small scale, rich, right? But I say, if we're making the rich rich, why can't we be small scale rich? Right? And this whole fiasco that we're going through is because a lot of the rich have defaulted on their loans. And I told you guys this a while back ago, that it's not the end of the world, but there was a default on the loans. And then they keep, getting extensions. And then the more extensions they get, the more they pass on the debt to the people. You see? Because they don't want to give up their companies. They don't want to lose, they don't want to lose the grounding and shit that they had. I swear, these people don't get out my motherfucking way. I mean, I've been sitting here in my car for the longest. Then when I decide to move, it's like everybody's deciding to leave. Let me see if my order is ready. Because every time I come out here, these assholes make me sick. So I'm not seeing. But that just goes to show you how, a product that cost $5 last month, this month went up, let's just say 30%. That's a 30% increase. $2. So I want to see why I haven't been told that my order is ready. Hold on. Now, I thought they were supposed to text me when my order was ready, but they did give me the option to pick up curbside. So I'm going to try to pick it up curbside. They said just come on down and follow the signs. Okay? So this is what bothers me. What bothers me is you have these people who are making these inflation supposedly inflating their prices based off of future tariff charges. Now they've been doing this for a while, right? For what? The last 9 months? Yeah, they've been doing it for the last 9 months, right? It's like as soon as Trump says that he's going to do tariffs, they immediately start raising their prices. So this is why I'm telling y'all, the people are using Trump as a scapegoat, right? Because Trump tried to show the public that, hey, I may have said it, but I didn't do it. And you see how your local business people did y'all, right? And that's what they did, and they keep doing it. Every time Trump says he's gonna do a tariff, they jump on the bandwagon, trying to charge the people ahead of time. Or maybe they think that's the green flag to go ahead and start overcharging people. Okay? Not sure which one. But either one is pretty fucked up, because these are the same people that would turn around and talk about, oh, shop your local businesses, support your local businesses, and yet the local businesses are only supporting themselves. And that's what I seen going on when I seen every time Trump starts talking about raising prices or making changes, the first thing they do is they raise their prices, even before Trump has a chance to even finish his sentence. And they think that they are more powerful than the president. Because I know these mats have been in the store at least years. Okay? Now all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, the tariffs went up, but you're not paying for tariffs if the product is already here. That's why I'm saying the businesses are jacking up the people based off of fear. And the people, they're already suffering financially because their jobs got taken. So now we stop buying from the local businesses, then what? Then they'll be out here crying when they could have been generous when we needed the help. But then you're not going to get the help if you wait until people are homeless and don't have no bargaining, credibility at all. What kind of credibility does a homeless person have? Right? Where do they have that at? They don't have no credibility. No credibility, no influence. Oh, here's curbside pickup. number one. Let's see how it works. Right? Right. So, waiting at curbside pickup here at Home Depot. So yeah. Crazy work, crazy work. Oh. I'm so sorry, I didn't see you.
You have a fabulous afternoon.
Thank you. Okay, I didn't even see her. Hold on. But, you know, the situation is really starting to get really, really real. Really real. Because I know you gonna wait. Okay, so I got pretty much everything done that I wanted to get done today. I re-upped on the white paint. Got trying out the polyurethane or whatever it's called. The poly. And then yeah. And then I went ahead and bought some more, you know, brushes and trays and stuff because, you know, that's the thing I hate most of all. I think I said it before. I hate cleanup, right? I don't mind doing the painting. I don't mind doing the work. But when it comes to cleaning up, I don't like like it. I never claimed that I was going to be a good housewife. Why? Because, you know, we're not doing the housework. At least not alone. You know, it's easier to do things that you don't like to do if somebody else is doing it with you, like giving you that motivation. But I know when I was younger, like I was talking about earlier, when I was younger, you know, people were like, you know, you don't live in no museum where people can't touch nothing and can't do anything, you know. It's like, yeah, I don't want my place messy because I don't want to clean it up. So yeah, yesterday I spent a lot of time, you know, trying to figure out ways to get this hole patched up. I got it patched up. I even took some pictures, you know, of how it was and the way that these motherfuckers have burrowed into the sheetrock. Yes, they did. But I got it closed off. You know, and I kept trying to figure out all kinds of ways to use this sheet metal, right? Using this sheet metal, and come to find out, all it took was simple scissors to cut the sheet metal. I was sitting up here trying to use a hacksaw, couldn't figure out how can I, you know, how can I cut this sheet metal? Didn't know that the sheet metal could be cut with some plain old scissors. Whew. That's jacked up. Whole top fell off. Good thing this stuff was icy. Otherwise, it really would have spilled all over the place. Really spilled all over the place. Okay, so now what I want to do is get some cauliflower rice. Because if that's all I need is cauliflower rice, I think I can get cauliflower rice at Winco. And then I can also get some more of the protein noodles. at Winco because they're employee owned. They may have some other kind of things that I might like, but for whatever reason, it's like I'm being drawn to Winco to see what they have. Because even though it's the 27th today, 27th, I still got 10 days. I mean, as far as like my food budget, I did pretty good. Like I said, you know, I ain't been trying to let it bother me. Too much. You know, even though this guy, you know, has said up in Arkansas, where the cost of living is definitely lower, right, than here in Dallas, this single guy got $190 a month. Snap. Yeah, he did. And I'm like, what the hell? So, is it because it's a guy that they gave him more? You know, is there discrimination even in the dispensary? I mean, even in the dispensing of, you know, the snaps, that they would give men more money than they would give a single guy more money than they would a single woman. That's something I'm gonna have to look up. But I'm sure that if they do, then it will be under a different program. So men will have their own program separate from the program that they give to like a single woman. Because I know single women can't get no food. You have to be a single woman with kids. You know, you can only get emergency food. I'm just kind of tired of playing the game. You still got to play the game until you find an exit plan. If you can't find an exit plan and you don't play the game, you lost the game. You lost. But if you can play the game until you get your exit plan executed, then let's just say you broke even or you won. Right? Haven't contacted anybody to pick up, this furniture. So I don't know if I'm still teeter-tottering as to whether or not I'm going to keep the furniture, right? And even though I am plugging up the holes, that the rodents was coming in, and how they found, the drawers being the most comfortable place to live in is, outstanding. Oh my gosh. She looked like a skeleton. And that's another thing. A lot of people are going online and they're talking about how high these prices have been, increasing like overnight. Right? Such as paying $25, $29 for a canister of coffee, or yeah. I thought I was gonna go to Winco, but then I thought about how I'm getting low on coffee. I could go to Aldi's to see if I can get me some coffee. I cut back on coffee a lot, because before I was drinking coffee like every day religiously, sometimes throughout the day, and I'm glad I did, because I think that's how my blood pressure then came down a little bit. I should be taking my blood pressure every morning. Some toilet paper. So I don't know, maybe I do want to go to Winco's, because all these just don't have a good price on good toilet paper. They don't have a selection or nothing. So let me go and check out Winco. Okay. Decided on Winco. Okay? Decided on Winco. Because we need we need the protein noodles a lot more than we need the coffee. And who knows, they may have some coffee on sale here. Who knows?